People have different feelings to Miranda Lambert's name. Some people love her as a country music icon, while others think she's mean to her fans. Many people love her honest and emotional songs, though. But there's hard work and personal problems behind the fame and success that a lot of people don't know about. What did our childhoods have to do with the great songs we know and love? And what problems does she have to deal with when her work is going well? Please join us as we talk about the tragedy of Miranda Lambert and why it's so sad. Who is Miranda Lambert? From small town dreams to country stardom, anyone who knows her knows how much she loves music and works hard. Miranda was born in Longview, Texas on November 10, 1983. She grew up in a simple home, which helped her become the strong, personable artist people know today. Things were not always easy for her family, but the problems she had to deal with made her stronger and more determined to succeed. Her parents, Rick and Bev Lambert, were very important in making her love singing. In his free time, Rick played guitar in his own country rock band. He used to be a police officer in Dallas. From a very young age, Miranda loved music, but things got tough when the Texas economy crashed in the late 1980s. This made it hard for the Lambert family to pay their bills. They had to leave their nice home and move to Lindale, Texas, a small town. It wasn't easy to move. The family ended up living in a broken-down house that Miranda once said was full of rats. Rick had a hard time getting work and became depressed, while Bev worked nonstop to support the family. Every day she wished that things would get better. Eventually, her prayers were answered when a preacher in the area helped them find a bigger, cheaper house. This helped the Lamberts get their lives back on track, and Rick and Bev were soon hired to work on a big case involving Paula Jones and President Bill Clinton. The family was able to get more opportunities and save money thanks to this job. At this point, Miranda's folks They started a faith-based mission and opened their home to women who had been abused by their partners. Miranda's life changed a lot because she grew up in this place. Women who were trying to rebuild their lives showed her how strong they could be. These events would later affect her music, especially songs about domestic violence like Gunpowder Lead. Miranda has always loved music, but it wasn't until she was 10 that she became really interested in it. After going to a Garth Brooks show with her dad, she was sure she wanted to act or sing. Her dad bought her a guitar when she turned 14 and told her to start playing and making songs. But Miranda wasn't really into music at first, like a lot of teens. She liked dancing, cheering, and other things that teens do. Miranda started performing in her area finally, even though she wasn't sure at first. She sang with the Texas Pride Band and was the lead singer for the house band at Rio Palm Isle, a famous Texas club where Elvis Presley and Willie Nelson have played. These early performances made Miranda become more comfortable on stage and gain confidence as an actress. Miranda made a big step forward in her singing in 2001 career by putting out her self-titled first record on her own. Even though the album didn't make her famous right away, it was a big step toward becoming a real artist. Miranda got more attention in 2003 when she came in third place on the reality TV show Nashville Star, which was a singing competition that brought her to the attention of people all over the country. These shows helped her get a record deal with a major company, and in 2005 she released her big breakout album, Kerosene. Miranda's work has kept getting better over time. In 2001, she worked with country singers Ashley Monroe and Angelina Presley to form the group Pistol Annies, which showed how versatile she was. It was an acoustic record called the Marfa Tapes, which she worked on with John Randall and Jack Ingram in 2001. Critics really liked it. The last record she made by herself, Palomino, came out in 2002. Miranda has won more Academy of Country Music Awards than any other act in history. In 2012, Time magazine named her one of the 100 most influential people in the world. Miranda was driven to achieve by her father's love and the fact that she grew up poor. But how did all of these things affect her job growth? Let's find out. Breaking into Nashville, the road to success, Miranda Lambert began her career in country music at a young age. Her love for country music and singing grew as she grew up in Texas. She got her big break at the Johnny High Country Music Review in Arlington, Texas, when she was only 16. This was the same talent show that helped LeAnn Rimes start her career. She hoped it would work the same way for her. That show gave her a taste of the music business, and soon after she was asked to record a song in Nashville, Tennessee. Things did not go as planned. Miranda needed to be in Nashville. She was mad that the artist wanted to change her style to sound more like pop music, which she didn't like. They were offering a business style that she wasn't interested in. She chose to stay true to her country roots instead. She had to make the hard choice to leave the studio and go back to Texas. This choice changed her job in the end. After she got home, she asked her dad to teach her how to play the guitar. Learning how to play gave her more power over her music, which led her to start writing her own songs. Miranda was ready to release her first record by 2001. It was called Self-Titled and had 10 songs that showed how good she was getting. Even though it didn't do very well in the music business, it helped her become known in the Texas music scene. People in the business started to notice her when she started playing in public places in her area. In 2002, she got a job playing country music at a Texas restaurant called Love and War. After that, she started playing before famous Texas acts like Cooter Graw, Kevin Fowler, and Jack Ingram. Miranda took a big step forward in her career in 2003. When she chose to try out for the talent show Nashville star Miranda didn't win the contest. He came in third, behind Buddy Jewell and John Arthur Martinez. But she left an effect that will last. Terry Gershon, a manager at Sony Music and a judge on the show, became interested in her during her 9 weeks on it. Tracy thought Miranda was talented and got Sony to give her a record deal. Not long after that, in September 2003, Miranda signed with Epic Records, which is part of Sony Music. She was having a big moment, but that didn't mean she was going to change her way. Miranda was determined to stay true to herself, even as she became a well-known country singer. She was not going to let the business change her. Miranda's first single, Me and Charlie Talking, came out in the summer of 2004. She wrote it with her dad and Heather Little. It was the lead single from her debut album, Kerosene, which became a big hit and made her famous. The album had 12 tracks, and she wrote or co-wrote 11 of them. This gave her more control over her music, which was something she always cared about. When it came out, it went straight to #1 on the Billboard Top Country Albums chart and quickly went platinum, which was a big moment in her career. Hit singles like Kerosene, the album's title track, became a top 20 hit on the country charts. As her album started to get attention, Miranda's live performances also helped. In 2006, she went on tour with big names like Keith Urban and George Strait. Later, she went on tour with Dierks Bentley and Toby Keith, proving that she was just as good as the biggest names in country music. By 2007, Miranda was ready to release her second record, Crazy Ex-Girlfriend. This record helped her become more well-known in country music. She wrote 8 of the 11 songs on it, and 4 of them were singles. Gunpowder Lead, one of the standout songs, became her biggest hit at the time. Miranda wrote the song after taking a firearm class in her hometown. It showed off her tough, independent style. Critics praised her for being able to use personal situations to tell strong stories in her music. Some people even said she was as talented and charming as Dolly Parton, another country legend who made it in a business dominated by men. People in the country music world quickly saw how talented Miranda was. She won the CoverGirl Fresh Face of Country Music Award at the ACM Awards in 2005. She was also up for the Country Music Association's Horizon Award, which is given to up-and-coming stars. In 2007, her song Kerosene got her a Grammy nod for Best Female Country Vocal Performance. ACM Awards gave her the Top New Female Vocalist Award that same year. This was a big step in her success. Taking on new challenges, new projects, and collaborations, Miranda made a big splash in country music in 2011 when she formed the girl group Pistol Annies. She worked with Ashley Monroe, Angelina Presley, and other country singers to make something new. Hell on Heels, their first song, came out in May 2001. In August, they released their first record. The record went straight to #1 on Billboard's country chart, making both of them instant hits. Their vocals were praised by critics, who said they sounded like well-known groups like the Dixie Chicks. Miranda could show a different side of her singing with this group, and the Pistol Annies quickly gained a lot of fans. Miranda continued to do well in her solo business while Pistol Annies was having a lot of success. Later in 2011, she released her fourth album. For the record, it had hit songs like Baggage Claim and Over You Miranda, and her then-husband Blake Shelton wrote Over You, which went to #1. Fans really liked her personal style, especially in Over You, which was written after Shelton's brother died. At the height of her music fame, Miranda chose to try her hand at acting. It wasn't a surprise when Miranda said that acting wasn't really in her plans and that her main goal was to meet the show's stars and get their autographs. Her first appearance on NBC's Law Order Special Victims Unit was in an episode called Father's Shadow in February 2012. That she is known for being down to earth. People liked her performance, even though she seemed laid back, which showed she could handle new tasks with ease. But Miranda didn't really want to be an actress for a long time. She has always loved music, and in 2014 she released her fifth album. Platinum fans and reviewers alike loved it right away. Miranda's more mature side came out on the record, which mixed classic country sounds with rock music and personal stories. The album Platinum was a big deal for her, and won a Grammy for Best Country Album. Miranda kept pushing herself by working as a single artist, and with Pistol Annies at the same time. In 2013, the band put out their second record, called Annie Up. The second album was a hit, just like the first one, and made them become more well-known in country music. Fans from all over the country really connected with Pistol Annies because of their strong songs and strong female points of view. Miranda took her songs outside of the U.S. In 2016, Europe at the Country to Country music event, where they played for the first time in Europe and Canada. She opened for big names like Dwight Yoakam and Thomas Rhett, which gave her music a whole new following. It seemed to inspire her to write more, and that same year she put out her sixth record, The Weight of These Wings. It was very personal, and it showed how she had grown as an artist and as a person. The Highway Vagabond Tour, which took her across the U.S., was also her first time back on the road. Back to Europe from the U.S. and Canada. Miranda and the Pistol Annies got back together after the tour to make their third record, Interstate Gospel, which came out in 2018. It was another big hit. It went straight to #1 on the Billboard Country Albums chart. The Pistol Annies had clearly made a name for themselves in country music, and their fans loved the way they mixed stories with harmonies. Miranda put out her seventh record by herself in 1999. It was called Wild Card. This album was up for a CMA Album of the Year and won the 2001 Grammy for Best Country Album. Miranda proved in Wild Card that she could stay at the top of her game and still improve as an artist. Taking risks with her music paid off, and the record became another big moment in her career. Even though Miranda has kept putting out solo records, she has never been afraid to try something new. The Marfa Tapes, a simple acoustic record she made with longtime friends John Randall and Jack Ingram, came out as a surprise to her fans in 2001. Her earlier work was more polished, but this album, which was taped in Marfa, Texas, had a rough, unpolished sound. Some critics even said that the Marfa Tapes was Miranda's best work yet, because it was so simple and had so many strong feelings. It showed that Miranda was still willing to try new things, even when she was at the top of her game. Life outside of work and recent events. Miranda Lambert's life has been full of love, sadness, and achievements at work. People know her for her great singing career, but her personal life has been just as public and full of drama. Miranda met Blake Shelton, another country star, at the CMT 100 Greatest Duets concert in 2005. They fell in love with each other right away and began dating. One strange thing about their relationship was that it had both personal and business sides. Miranda even sang with Blake on his cover of Michael Buble's song Home. Fans could feel how well they got along on stage, and even when they weren't performing and were performing together. Everyone was thrilled when, after 4 years together, Blake asked Miranda to marry him in the woods near her Oklahoma home in 2010. It was a private and special time. Their wedding was on May 14, 2011, at the Don Strange Ranch in Texas. A lot of country music stars were there. The fact that famous people came to support Miranda and Blake showed how much they were liked in the business. It looked like they were living in a fairy tale for a while. Miranda was thrilled to tell Blake she was going to marry him and shared how excited she was to spend the rest of her life with him. They shocked their fans on July 20th, 2015, with a joint statement announcing their divorce. They had been married for 4 years. They both said that their relationship wasn't what they had hoped for in the future, but they told everyone that they were real people with families and lives, and they asked for privacy during this hard time. Stories about why they broke up were all over the place, as with most famous breakups. Some people said cheating might have been the reason, but Blake and Miranda both rejected all of these claims. They also said they didn't want to start a family together, which was one of the reasons they broke up. But after the split, Blake quickly started dating his co-star from The Voice, Gwen Stefani. Miranda also started dating again, but neither relationship lasted long. Even though Miranda's breakup was always in the public eye, she stayed strong. Her music was how she put all of her feelings and energy into telling her side of the story. She said in interviews that nothing really gets you ready for a public divorce, but she learned how to deal with it by turning to her songs for comfort and peace. She kept writing songs from the heart and wouldn't sugarcoat the truth in them. Later, Miranda found love again, but this time it was a good one. In late 2000, she met Brendan McLaughlin, a police officer in New York City. After going out together for a few months, they got married in January 1999. They didn't tell anyone about their relationship until Valentine's Day of that year. She posted pictures from their wedding on Instagram and called Brendan the love of her life. Her fans were happy for her, and this new part of her life seemed to make her happy. Brendan had a child from a previous relationship, and that child was born just 3 months before he married Miranda. This made her a stepmother, but she was happy to be a part of her new family. When it came to work, Miranda kept winning. She co-wrote a recipe in 2003 called Why I'll Eat Yet. Welcome to the Pretty Bitchin' Kitchen, which showed how much she loved cooking and food. Around the same time, Miranda made a big move in her career when she quit Sony Music Nashville after 19 years. She wanted more creative freedom and new chances in her new chapter. Miranda made a big deal with Republic Records and Big Loud in April 2024. The title of her 10th studio album, Postcards from Texas, was revealed. The first song, Wranglers, is set to come out in May 2024. Fans were excited to hear her new songs, especially since she had a new team behind her for this next level. Miranda's new single, Damn It Randy, came out in June 2004. She and her husband Brendan wrote the song together. This project had value for them and showed how strong their relationship is, both personally and creatively. Miranda has always been herself and has never forgotten where she came from in Texas. She has always been strong and driven, from growing up in a small town to becoming one of the biggest stars in country music. She's dealt with personal heartbreaks like her public divorce with honesty and grace, all while pushing herself as an artist and staying close to her fans. When a relationship doesn't end happily, it can mess with our minds. But Miranda's did. So how does that affect her relationship with her fans? Watch out for now. As everyone knows, Miranda Lambert is brave and doesn't hold back when she speaks her mind. But lately, the way she talks to fans at shows has caused some problems, leaving people with mixed feelings. One of them happened in July 2004. Lambert stopped her show at the Under the Big Sky music event in Montana for a short time to call out a group of fans. Some people in the crowd weren't paying attention, which made her mad. There is a video on TikTok of Lambert telling her fans, "I can see that your head is not turned the right way," which is this way. She then said, "If you came to visit, you can do it somewhere else. This is the night to come if you want to sing, listen to country music, drink beer, and cause trouble." Are we getting it? People cheered, but Lambert wasn't done yet. "Are we done with our drama yet? It's not okay to fight," she said. She said it was interesting that always the girls seemed to be the ones who caused trouble at her shows. Lambert raised his glass to the crowd and said, "Cheers, everyone, I'm going to wait it out. This looks like a good time for a drink." While some fans liked what she said, but others didn't like how open she was. Some of her friends thought she was too mean. "Miranda Lambert, your M," said one guy. "Oh, it really stinks. I mean, at every single show, you're calling someone out. Hey, it's getting old. Very old." Another fan asked, "What does it matter to her? If I pay for my own ticket to a show, I can nap if I want to." Hey. Some people liked how honest she was, and others thought she was great at keeping the crowd under control. "Really, she was amazing," one fan wrote. "We were right in the middle and loved every minute of it." The time she spent performing in Las Vegas in 23 was another one of Lambert's most talked about times. Lambert stopped singing in the middle of her song Tin Man to get the attention of a group of fans who were taking selfies instead of listening to the music. She told the crowd, "I'm going to stop right here for a second. It looks like these girls are too busy taking selfies to listen to the song. It's making me a little angry. I don't like it at all," she said. "Tonight we're here to listen to country music. I'm singing some country damn music," she said. "Please sit down," and she took a break. Someone liked Lambert's brave move, but someone else didn't. From a fan-made film, you can hear someone in the crowd say, "Let's go. Come on. You shouldn't act that way around fans." Adela Callan, one of the fans involved, later told NBC News that she and her friends were only standing for a short time to take the picture and were going to sit down again right away. Callan said, "It felt like I was back in school, and the teacher was yelling at me for doing something wrong and telling me to sit down back in my place." She thought Lambert was trying to make them look young and immature, even though they were women in their 30s to 60s. There was a lot of talk about this time online. A lot of Lambert's friends went on social media to say how upset they were with his behavior. Some people said they would no longer go to her performances. One person who used to be a fan wrote, "The way she treated her fans turned me against her. Rude and selfish. Hey, not interested. On the other hand, Lambert also got a lot of backing. Some of her fans thought she was right to expect her fans to be polite. "There's nothing wrong with expecting fans to be polite," wrote one person. "Real fans watch the show," said another. "They don't care if you take a selfie with your friends to show off to your friends who couldn't afford performance tickets." It's interesting that Lambert seemed to joke about the selfie later on. During one of Lambert's Las Vegas shows, she saw someone wearing a shirt that said, "Shoot tequila, not selfie." She laughed and told the fan, "That's badass," before taking a shot of tequila that the fan offered. This funny moment was the first time Lambert talked about the issue in public, and she didn't seem to mind. Some people like Miranda Lambert because she is honest and doesn't mind saying what she thinks. Many people like how she keeps things in order at her shows without any nonsense, but some think she goes too far when she scolds fans for things like taking selfies or talking during the music. Even though there are already a lot of problems, it looks like there is more trouble in Miranda's paradise. How are she and Brendan going to get through these tough times? Watch out for now. If you've been following Miranda Lambert and Brendan McLaughlin since they got married in 1999, you know that their relationship has had its fair share of problems. Recent events have only made things worse. They started dating quickly in 2018, but things got rough when McLaughlin's passed and some recent actions became public. This caused stress and attention from the public. Not long after they got married, Brendan's past came to light. It turned out that Brendan had cheated on his ex-girlfriend Jackie Bruno with another woman, Kyla Redinger, before he met Miranda. Kyla had Brendan's son in the end, which broke Jackie's heart. Carol Bruno, Jackie's mother, told the reporters that Brendan had been cheating on her. Miranda didn't seem to care about her new husband's past, and the two kept celebrating their love. It had been 5 years since they got married, and Miranda often posted cute pictures of them on social media to show how happy they were. In June 2004, though, another issue in their marriage caused walls to start to appear in their relationship again. The most recent issue with Brendan began when a TikTok video of him at a Nashville bar called Casa Rosa came to light in June 2014. Brendan was talking to a woman while she danced provocatively in front of him on tape. He had his arm around her. That was even worse because it happened at Miranda's own bar, which made her look even worse. The video quickly went popular, which made people wonder about Brendan's behavior and how loyal he is to Miranda. A person who knows the couple well said that Miranda was embarrassed and angry about what her husband did. The person said Miranda had warned Brendan not to do anything that would make her look bad in public, and this went too far. The person said that Miranda loves Brendan, but she knows that he has cheated on her before and told him about it before they got married. It hurt her to see him act like that in public, especially at her bar. The source said Brendan wouldn't have acted that way if Miranda had been with him that night. His actions were deemed inappropriate and disrespectful, and they believed Miranda deserved better. The video made Brendan look bad, but the woman who was in it came forward to defend him and say it was all fake. She told them that she and her friends saw Brendan in the VIP area of a bachelorette party. They thought it was cool and even hoped Miranda would show up. They asked Brendan to take a picture with the bride-to-be, and he gladly agreed. Later, the group ended up with Brendan in the roped-off area, where they all started dancing together. The woman claimed that Brendan was nice and didn't do anything wrong. She said he was nice and mostly laughed at how silly they were being while they had fun. Even though she said it wasn't harmful, the tape had already gone viral and hurt Miranda and her fans a lot. Then people started to doubt Brendan's love for Miranda again. But a few weeks later, Miranda shared pictures of them having a romantic holiday in Italy, which seemed to dismiss the drama. It looked like Miranda was trying to stop reports that there was trouble in paradise by making them smile and chill out. Miranda and Brendan haven't talked about the Casa Rosa episode in public yet. In spite of the trouble, Miranda seems to be supporting her husband, at least for now. Even though things have gone wrong, Miranda has made it clear that she thinks they are meant to be together. In a previous interview, she said Brendan taught her how important it is to talk to each other and work through problems as a team. Thanks for seeing. If you liked this video, please like it, leave nice comments, and don't forget to subscribe to get more cool videos. Click on the movie that's in front of you right now to see another interesting one.